holiday.
Oh, really? What country, Vietnam?
Uh, I don't know. Taiwan.
Oh, he's gone to Taiwan.
Yes,
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Ah, a shame you couldn't go with him.
yes.
Yeah. And how long does he go to Taiwan for?
He said he will go for about 5 days.
Ah, okay, not long. Just for 5 days. Okay. And can your mum go with him or not? Does she have to stay behind?
She had to stay behind
Ah, that's a
because
shame.
that his company holiday they
Right.
gave him.
Right. Okay. I understand. I understand. Um, Mrs. Ha, Xin Chao.
Yeah, hello, teacher.
How are you, Mrs. Ha?
Oh, I'm fine, but I'm on the way to bring some food to our family.
Ah, okay. All right. Have you left the hospital already? Okay. And everything okay at the hospital? Okay. Sorry, I can't hear you very well. The signal is not very good.
Sorry.
That's okay. Don't worry. Can talk to you later. Okay, Viet Tien.
Yes.
All right. So, any questions about any of the lessons, Viet Tien?
No, I don't have one.
Okay. So, what we're going to be doing today, we're going to be practicing more part 3 speaking. Your
Yes.
speaking is coming along pretty well, Viet Tien. You're doing well.
Thank you.
And we're also going to look at the writing more introductions to task 2 essays. So, which involves, as I'm sure you know by now, because we've practiced this quite a bit, so you have to do the paraphrase, okay, and then you have to write a couple of sentences which are going to introduce your main body paragraphs. Does that make sense, Vietnam?
Yes, it does
To you?
make sense.
Okay. How do you find doing the paraphrases, Vietnam? Do you find that difficult?
No, I don't find it difficult.
Oh, good. That's good. Good. I think some of the students find it a little bit difficult. I think particularly when I ask them, not just for synonyms, most of them know some synonyms, but when maybe I ask them to maybe reorder the words in the sentence, or maybe use different forms of those words. Some of them find that a little bit difficult.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're going to basically practice some more of that, and that's what we're focusing on today. So in just over a week's time, I'm going to Thailand, Vietnam.
Yes.
Week after next. You might remember I have some family in Thailand,
Ah.
so I will go and visit them there.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you remember I am half Thai, Vietnam. My father is Thai.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, I thought I'd told everyone this before. My father is Thai, and his mother, my grandmother, she was Vietnamese.
Wow.
Yeah. But she moved. I think she moved to Thailand when she was a little girl, my grandmother. But of course, she's been dead a long time now, long time ago.
Okay.
But yes, I still go back once a year to see my relatives. So I will go the week after next anyway. So I will do some lesson from Thailand. Huang Ang.
Teacher,
How are you, Huang Ang?
I can just say I'm doing really fine.
Good. Is your headache better this week?
Yeah, and it's been really better since I got good sleep.
Okay, good. I'm glad you were feeling better. Glad you were feeling better. What do you do? What have you been doing this week, Wang Ang?
Yesterday I just like hang out like all the other youngsters and like what we went to watch a movie and then spend the rest of the day in an internet cafe.
Ah, okay. What was the movie you went to see?
Oh, it was the new Demon Slayer movie.
Sorry, the new.
It's a Demon Slayer.
Ah, okay. Any good?
Um, I could say it is mid, not good,
Mm-hmm.
but
Not good.
it was really as terrible as they say. It's just the character building.
Okay. And was something for you to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's good. I'm glad you had a good time with your friends. Anyway. Ding Lam, Xin Chao.
Hello, teacher.
How are you, Ding Lam?
I'm okay, thank you.
Good. Fong Le Duc Ang.
Hello, teacher.
How are you, Fong Le Duc Ang?
I feel a bit tired.
Okay, good. And Chang Hu, Chao Gon.
Hello, teacher.
How are you, Chang Hu?
Uh, I feel a little sleepy right now since I
Uh,
just wake up.
Okay, a little bit sleepy. Oh, well, glad you could join the class. Okay, I'll just wait one more minute to see if anyone else is going to join us. We will have one student less this week, Nok Ling. She did the Ielts test earlier this week. And I think what she told me, her writing and speaking and listening went pretty well, but she had a bit of trouble with her reading, I think. So I think she might do the reading again. But of course, now she's almost finished, she doesn't need to come to class anymore. So just wait another minute or so to see who else is going to turn up. How many have we got so far? We've got 5 students. Okay, Fung Le Dokang, your picture's very clear. That's great. Can everyone turn their cameras on, please? Huang Ang, I can see you clearly. Chang Hu, I can see you clearly. Ding Lam, is your camera working? Okay, Ding Lam, that's great. Very good. Okay, everyone, one more minute and we will start. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be practicing more speaking part 3. I will just remind you what we talked about last week and get you to practice a little bit more. And we'll also continue with writing introductions to writing task 2. Introduction is quite important because, one, remember, you doing a paraphrase for the first sentence. Paraphrase shows how good your vocabulary is. How good your vocabulary is. Okay, and also in the introduction, remember you introduce what you are going to be talking about for the rest of the essay. So once you've got your introduction sorted out, yeah, the rest of the essay, the structure is pretty easy to follow, not too difficult. Okay, Viet Tien, I can see you very clearly as well. That's great. And who else has joined? Nguyen,
Hello, teacher.
how are you, Nguyen?
I'm fine. Yeah.
Good. Well, welcome to class. And Le Duc Ang, Xin chào Le Duc Ang.
Hello, teacher.
How are you, Le Duc Ang?
I'm good, maybe.
Maybe you don't sound very sure. Maybe a little bit early in the morning. Okay, everyone, let's get started. Welcome to class for today. As I've just said, what we're going to be doing shortly, we're going to be looking at part 3 speaking. I'll share a document with you. We're going to be practicing for that. Also practicing writing introductions to writing task 2 to make sure everyone understands this clearly. Okay, share this document with you now. Okay, first thing I want to remind you about which I told you last week. I think most of you were here for last week's lesson, but just in case you weren't, via 10.
Yes.
Okay, can you please read what I have highlighted? Thank you.
Use Apple Notes or Samsung Notes on your phone to turn voice to text and improve your pronunciation. Open Notes, create new notes, and then tap text field, then tap the microphone option. You choose English, find something to read, and see how your words are transcribed.
Okay, very good reading, Viet, except for the last word, which is transcribed. Can you say that, please?
Transcribed.
Transcribed. Yeah, the word scribe means to write something. Okay? Scribe means to write something. So when something is transcribed, it means your words are turned into text. Okay? Your words are transcribed into writing. Now, this, as I said last week, is a great way to practice your pronunciation. Pronunciation is one of the skills you will be tested on for the Ielts. Most of you, your pronunciation is pretty good, but this is a good way just to check. And you don't have to make anything up, okay? You just turn on your phone's transcription function through the app, okay? And then just read something into your phone. Pick anything, just read it and make sure that it is transcribing what you are reading correctly. If the phone is not writing down some of your words correctly, you know you need to practice those words or change your pronunciation. So I hope that makes sense to everyone. This is a very simple way of helping to improve your pronunciation. You don't need any teacher for this, just you and your phone. And you can practice this anytime. 3 or 4 minutes a day makes a good change from practicing your writing. Are there any questions about that? Okay, good. Right, just to summarize what we did last week. So these are ways you can introduce or start your answer to part 3 questions. Okay, this is what you can say. Okay, when the examiner asks you a difficult question. Huang Ang.
Yes.
Can you read the first one, please?
Right. Let me see. That's an interesting question.
Good.
Well,
That's an interesting question. So when the examiner asks you something and you are not sure about the answer, because remember, many part 3 topics, they will be things you haven't maybe thought about much before. So this is a good way you can start your answer. That's an interesting question. Ding Lam. Ding Lam.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, what is the second one, please? Read it, Ding Lam.
Honestly, I never thought about that before.
Good. Honestly, I've never thought about that before. Again, these are how you can start your answer. You just have to remember 1 or 2 of these. These are great ways to start your answer. Okay, Phung Ladok Ang.
Yes.
What's the third one, please?
That is the good question, or that is the good point. I will need a second to think about it.
Okay, good. This is a good way just to give yourself 1 or 2 seconds to think of some ideas, especially, as I say, if they ask you a question that maybe you've never thought about before. Okay, what would it be like to live on another planet, for example? You might say, that's a good question. I'll need a second to think about that. Okay, good way just to give yourself a little bit of time to think of an answer. Okay, when you want to express an opinion, okay, remember some part 3 questions, they will ask you, what do you think? What do you think of this? What do you think of that? Should children be allowed to take mobile phones to school? What do you think? Okay, these are 2 ways you can introduce your answer when you are expressing or giving an opinion. Chung Hu, what is the first one, please?
Like expressing opinion, like in my opinion, or
Good.
from my
That's
perspective.
good. All right, you read both of them. In my opinion, okay? When someone asks you what you think, these are easy ways to introduce or start your answer. In my opinion, or from my perspective means exactly the same thing. From my perspective is quite a formal way of saying, the way I look at it is. From my perspective. Perspective just means a way of looking at something. Okay? In other words, your point of view. Perspective is a formal word. When you are talking about, the way I look at it is this. From my perspective, I think children shouldn't be allowed to take phones to school. Okay? Perspective, a good word, a good advanced word, help you get a better score. Okay? And finally, when you want to agree or disagree, okay, here are two ways you can do this. Nguyen.
Yes, teacher.
What is the first one, Nguyen?
I agree that.
Good, I agree that. Should children be allowed to take phones to school? You could start your answer by saying, yes, I agree that children should be allowed to take phones to school. What is the opposite of agree, by the way, Nguyen? What word? What word is the opposite?
Disagree.
Correct. Okay, so you could say, if you don't agree, I disagree that children. Yeah. Okay, good. Leduk ang. Leduk ang.
Yes,
Oi.
yes.
Okay, can you read the second one, please, Leduk ang?
I agree that
Mm-hmm.
on the contrary, I believe that.
Okay, good. So this, everyone, is just another way of saying I disagree. Okay? Just means I disagree, but it's a different way of saying it. On the contrary, this word, contrary, means you take a different opinion. If you have what is called a contrary opinion, means your opinion is different from maybe what someone else has said or what someone else has written. In other words, if you have a contrary opinion, you disagree. It's just using the word contrary is just a more formal way of saying disagree. And again, hopefully, I'm adding words to your vocabulary because, as I'm sure you all remember, vocabulary is the key to getting a good score. More words you show you can use, the better the chances that you will get a higher score. Okay, we'll come back to this in just a moment. When I ask you the questions, which I'm going to ask you shortly, I want you please to start your answer using one of these 7 ways of introducing your answer. Come back to that shortly. Okay, now, how to extend your answer. Extend just means to make something longer. If you extend something, you make something longer or bigger. Extend is just a more formal word, meaning longer or bigger. Okay, Viet Tien.
Yes.
Your turn again, please. Can you read the paragraph? Thank you.
There is no set word limit for what a good part-3 answer, but it should not be too short and not too long. Too short and you will fail to develop your answer properly. Too long and you may go off topic and or make mistakes. Try to answer with 3 to 5 sentences.
Good. Thank you, Viet Tien. Does that make sense to you, Viet Tien?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. So the thing to remember from this, try to answer in 3 to 5 sentences. All right. Sometimes you'll be asked a question where maybe you don't have any idea. Okay, maybe you can only answer in 1 or 2 sentences. If that's all you can do, don't worry. They will ask you another question, hopefully one you can answer. So don't ever struggle to think, oh, I have to answer this in 5 sentences, but I can't think of any ideas. Don't do that. Okay? Just give the best answer you can and then wait for the next question. I hope that makes sense. because if you struggle to answer a question, that will affect your fluency and maybe your grammar and vocabulary as well. So you just do the best you can with each question, hopefully 3 to 5 sentences. But if you can't answer a question, just give the best answer you can and then wait for the next question. Okay? Huang Ang.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have to give an answer to a part 3 question? Do you have to answer the question?
My answer is yes, you have to.
Is correct, okay? Even though you might not know a good answer, you still have to try. You never say, no, I can't answer that question, or no, I don't know. Okay? That will give you a bad mark. You always must try to answer every question. Okay, here are the 2 ways you can answer a part 3 question. Ding Lam.
Yeah.
Okay, can you please read number 1?
Answers explained in an example.
Good. Okay, so AEE for short. Okay, this will help you extend your answer. So again, our example, do you think students should be allowed to use mobile phones in class? Your answer would be, no, I don't think they should. Because, and you give your explanation, then if you can think of one, you give an example. Okay, that will help your answer become 3 to 5 sentences, okay? So just remember AEE as the structure for your answer. Answer, explain, example. Phong Le Duc Ang.
Yes.
Can you read number 2, please?
For opinion questions, look at both sides of a topic and answer like this. Some people think this, other people think that. I think.
Okay, good. All right. So again, this will help you extend your answer. You look at the 2 different viewpoints and then say what you think. And again, using this example here, do you think students should be allowed to use their mobile phones in class? Okay, this is an opinion question. How do we know it's an opinion question? Chung Hu? This question here is an opinion question. How do you know it's an opinion question? How do you tell?
It asks, do I think about the
Correct.
topic?
Good. It asks, do you think? Okay, straight away, you know that's an opinion question. Do you think? So you can use this structure. Okay, some people think that taking mobile phones to school is a great idea because other people think it's a bad idea because I think, and then say what you think, okay? And again, you can see how this easily will help you give an answer that is 5 sentences long. Okay, so for opinion questions, look at both sides of the topic, all right, and then give your opinion. Okay, what I'm going to do now, are there any questions, by the way, about what I've just shown you? Again, this is what I showed you last week. So this is just reminding you what we did. Nok Ang, Xin Chao.
Hello, teacher.
Welcome to class, Nok Ang. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Okay, everyone, what I want you to do is I'm going to ask you questions now, okay? I want you to start your answer using one of these, okay? One of these 7 introductions. Okay. Where did I get to? Le Duc Ang.
Yes.
Okay, so these are part 3 questions. Going to ask everyone. Of course, I'm not going to show you the question, just like in the test, okay? You don't get to see the question. But again, I want you to answer, beginning your answer with one of these. I want you to give me an answer 3 to 5 sentences. as well as starting your answer with one of these, okay, remember these ways of answering the question. So either answer, explain, example, or opinion questions, look at both sides of the topic, all right, then say what do you think. Okay. These first few questions are going to be about air travel. Air travel. Okay, are you ready? Ledok Ang. Are you ready?
Maybe.
I'm sure you are. Okay, just do your best. Okay, all these questions, by the way, are about air travel. Ledok Ang, was it very common in the past for people in your country to travel by airplane?
Can you repeat the question? I don't know.
Yes, sure. Was it very common in the past for people in Vietnam to travel by airplane?
Um, uh, uh, as a citizen of Vietnam,
Okay, remember, so the Doc Ang have to start with one of these, okay?
okay. Honestly, I've never thought about that before, but as a citizen of my country, Vietnam, I think mostly people travel by plane is like have to travel a long distance, or maybe their family have no cars, or even they have cars. It's just like take too long to go by cars, so they just go by plane instead. And
Oh, okay, yeah, keep going, keep going.
from my perspective, I think for me, I should travel by plane, not by cars. Well, my cousin family, uh, last month, he traveled to Saigon, Ho Chi Minh City, uh, by uh, by their cars, but they have like many stop points to like rest and have dinner and stuff, like have food and maybe like going around in that place. I don't know, but it's like more like a what is it called? Traveling, like to.
Okay, Ledok Ang, that's not bad, but I will stop you there. So remember, this is not an opinion question, okay? And you know it's not an opinion question because I haven't said, what do you think? Okay, what do you think? I haven't said that, so you know it's not an opinion question. So, Ledok Ang, you use this structure to answer the question I just asked you, okay?
Okay.
Can you see this? Answer, explain, example. So, was it very common for people in your country to travel by airplane in the past? You could say, well, no. Maybe 20 years ago, air travel was still very expensive and not so convenient for people in many different parts of the country. Okay, so you answer the question, no. Okay, you explain, and then maybe you give an example, a little bit like you just did. Does that make sense, Ledok Ang?
Yes.
So for a question that is not an opinion question, you can use this structure. All right, going back to here. Nok Ang.
Yes.
Okay, Nok Ang. Do you think that cost or comfort is more important for people traveling by airplane? Which one do you think is more important, the price or how comfortable they will be?
That is a good question. I need a second to think about it. Um,
Yeah, so now you have to give your opinion. Which one is cost or comfort more important to air travelers? So this is an opinion question, okay?
Okay.
Because I ask you, do you think? So straight away, you know it's an opinion question. All right. How do you begin an opinion question? Nok Ang? Look here. How do you begin an opinion question?
In my opinion.
Correct. Sorry, I should say, how do you begin an opinion answer? Yes, in my opinion, what do you think? Nok Ang? What is more important to people? The cost of an air ticket or how comfortable the airplane is?
In my opinion, cost is more important than the comfort.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now remember opinion question. You look at both sides. Okay? So you could say, for many people, cost is the most important because they want to save money. So they always look for the cheapest flight. Maybe they choose to fly by Vietjet instead of Vietnam Airlines because Vietjet is normally cheaper. On the other hand, some people who have more money, they want to be comfortable. So maybe they would choose Vietnam Airlines instead of Vietjet because with Vietnam Airlines, maybe your seat is bigger and more comfortable and you get more leg room. But I think for me, I try to save money. So for me, cost is more important. So there is an example answer. Does that make sense, Nok Ang?
Okay.
Okay? So remember, an opinion question, which always starts with I think, you give your answer, you begin your answer by saying, in my opinion, okay? And then look at both sides of it. Okay. Viet Tiên.
Yes.
Do you think pilots get paid too much or too little?
That's an interesting question. In my opinion, the pilot is paying a decent amount of money from their jobs because my father is working in working on a plane, so I think he would know, and he told me that work as a pilot will give you enough money to pay for your life, and it is a very decent amount of money. But at some country, I also think that the pilot is paid too little because compared to what they did. So it pretty depends on which country you are living and working for.
Okay, very good, Viet Tiên. Okay, you look at both sides, you do the structure correctly, and you begin your answer correctly, Viet Tiên. So that's great. Very good. And a good example, too, using your father's job. Okay, Huang Ang.
Yeah.
What are some of the advantages and disadvantages of traveling by plane, Huang Ang?
You really got me in this question.
Okay, so remember,
Yeah.
use one of the introductions I've shown you.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I think that's a good question. Let me answer you for it. Um, so I think that some of the advantages in via traveling by a plane is that the economical benefits. Usually when you travel from one place to a place from so really far away, you have to catch it. You will have to pay a lot of money on the other transports like buses or trains. But with airplanes, you can just pay a small amount of money of a ticket, and you will be shipped directly to that place. The second benefit I could think of is the fact the fast the planes could travel. In the United States, some planes can travel to 800 kilometers per hour, which is a tremendous speed rate. So I think that should be an advantage to traveling by plane as well. But you going by plane also has some disadvantage as well. As I could think of, the safety problem is most concerning problem. It's the most concerning issue right now. Mostly because uh oh, no nowadays airplanes are not covered in protective materials, and it is really easy to cause issues and like pro- problems, and it's not really hard to it's not really easy to fix that. So I think that should be all of it.
Okay, pretty good answer, Huang Ang. Pretty good answer. Just the last part of your answer, I wasn't sure if it made sense when you said airplanes are not covered in protective material anymore.
Yeah, if if I think back, I think I would say like the materials of the planes are fragile.
Okay. All right. My suggestion, Huang Ang, that was pretty good. You can make it even simpler than that. Okay. You can say one disadvantage I can think of is that planes are not 100% safe. I'm sure everyone will remember a couple of months ago there was a very bad air crash in India.
Yeah.
Where the plane crashed. So I don't know if that was the fault of the plane or the pilots, but that doesn't matter. The plane still crashed. So not as safe, maybe, as taking a bus. Okay? Very simple. All right? Just a very simple answer. So, but the structure was good, Huang Ang. Okay? And you are very fluent, as usual. But again, remember with these answers, everyone, you don't have to think of complicated answers. Just remember, keep it simple. Just simple answers will do, as long as your vocabulary is correct. Does that make sense, Huang Ang?
Right, makes sense. I understand.
Okay, good. All right. Who is next? Ding Lam.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. These next questions, everyone, by the way, are to do with water. All right. This next set of questions to do with water. And again, remember, a lot of these questions you might find a bit difficult, but that is the idea of part 3 questions. They will ask you things that maybe you never have thought about before, but they still want you to answer to test your vocabulary. But don't worry about your ideas. Remember, there is no such thing as a right or wrong answer to a part 3 question. No such thing. You just give the best answer you can think of. All they are testing, as usual, is your ability to communicate. That's all they are testing. Ding Lam.
Yeah, I'm here.
Why do you think people enjoy living near water, living near rivers, lakes, or the sea? Why do people enjoy that?
Is an interesting questions. I think, in my opinion, I think, what make him relaxing, and when we living near water, I think It's so peaceful and mm, um,
Okay, good. On the other hand,
on the
remember, this is an opinion question. So you've given some good reasons. What is a reason maybe that you wouldn't live by water? Ding Lam?
then by what um
Can you think of one, Ding Lam? I can think of one. A reason why you wouldn't want to live close to a lake or a river or the sea. Okay, Ding Lam, can you think of one? All right. What about flooding, Ding Lam? Flooding. Okay, if it rains too much and you're living by a lake, okay, maybe your house will get flooded. Or if you're living by the sea and there's a tsunami, okay, maybe your house will be destroyed. So, Ding Lam, you started well, okay? Very good.
Yeah, thank you.
And you gave some advantages. But as you correctly answered, this is an opinion question, so try and look at both sides, okay? So there are good reasons why people want to live by the water, but maybe there are also some reasons why people might not want to live by the water. Remember, an opinion question, look at both sides. Phung Le Doc Ang,
Yes.
is water pollution a problem in Vietnam?
Well, that is
Em-
interesting questions.
Yep.
I think that the water pollution is one of uh, the most concerning issues in Vietnam because you know the water uh, the water which is resident use and to feed the animal if it has a pollution it can be you know cause a lot of damage on the people. And secondly, the water pollution is reflect about the the indus the how to purify the water and and once is water pollution is too much is point that you don't know how to clean the water properly. And the last, I think, uh, I think we need to deal with this problem. Otherwise, uh, many people will die for the water disease. I think so.
Okay, that's pretty good, Phung Le Doc Ang. Not bad.
Yeah.
Maybe again, you could have made it a bit simpler, okay, to make it easier for you. So this is not an opinion question, okay? Is
Yes.
water pollution a problem in your country? So you can use the AEE structure, okay?
Yeah.
For example, okay, to give you an easy one, and remember, I always like to keep things simple. Is water pollution a problem in your country? Yes, it is in some places. Sometimes when I go to Hong Kiem Lake, I notice that it's full of rubbish, such as plastic bags or food wrappers, things that people have thrown into the lake. Sometimes when I've been there on the weekend, I see some people, bad people, just throw things in the lake, and it's really disgusting. Okay?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can see there, I've given a very simple answer. I've said yes, it is a problem. I've explained, okay? Hongkiem Lake, people throw lots of rubbish in, which also is my example as well, okay?
Yes. Yes.
Very simple answer. So again, your answer, you thought very hard. I know, Phung Lo Dok Ang, good for thinking hard, but you don't always have to think so hard, okay?
Yeah.
Just think, what is the simplest answer to this question? Is there water pollution in Vietnam? Yes, sometimes. And just give a simple explanation and an example. Does that make sense?
Yes. Understand.
Okay, good. Remember, everyone, just try to keep it simple. Don't have to think of complicated answers. Chung Hyo.
Yeah.
Okay, Chung Hyo, another water question. What can the government do to help protect the water in Vietnam? What can the government do?
What can the government do to help the water in Vietnam, right?
Yeah, help protect the water.
Um, on the contrary, I believe that to help protecting water in Vietnam, the government should first first thing the government do should be telling people to save water and try to clean the polluted place like other beach where most of people throwing trash and stuff there are are like stop throwing polluted uh, stop like throwing trash into the ocean or something like that. Yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
Anything else, Chung Hyo? Anything else?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Again, making it a little bit complicated. So first thing, Chung Hyo, to start your answer with "on the contrary" is not correct, okay? On the contrary, remember, means you disagree with something. And the question didn't ask you whether you agree or disagree. It just asked you for some solutions. So you should start your answer with "in my opinion," okay? Or "from my perspective." Okay, Chung Hyo?
All right.
What can the government do to help protect water in Vietnam? In my opinion, the government should have more inspectors, making sure people don't throw rubbish in the water, making sure farmers don't pollute the water. The government should increase fines for people who do this. Does that make sense, Chung Hyo?
Yeah.
Okay, very simple answer. Again, just think of the simplest answer you can, everyone. That was a very simple answer that I gave you, but very easy to talk about. Okay, Nguyen. Nguyen.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, Nguyen. Still staying with water. A lot of people in Vietnam buy water from the shop. They buy bottled water. How do you think people would feel if the price of bottled water suddenly went up by 100%?
Honestly, I have never thought about that before. In my opinion, I think people will feel mad because like a bottle of water usually is cheap, but now it's expensive price.
Keep going, Nguyen. Keep going.
Mm.
Okay, I'll give you a clue, Nguyen. So for this one is not an opinion question, okay?
Yeah.
Because I didn't say, what do you think? I just said, how would people in Vietnam feel if the price of water went up 100%? So you use this structure to answer. Okay, AEE. So, would people be angry if the price went up 100%? When? I think usually yes. When the price of something goes up 100%, people would be angry. They would feel angry. So your answer would, people would be angry if the price of water went up by 100%. Then you explain, okay? Water at the moment in the shop costs maybe 5,000 dong. But if it went up to 10,000 dong, some people, especially poor people, would struggle to be able to afford the water. For example, in the shop near my house, okay, there are a lot of people buying water. And imagine how they would feel if suddenly the price of water went up 100%. They would be very angry with the government and the shopkeeper. Okay, Nguyen?
Yeah, teacher.
Does that make sense, how I answered that question? Okay. Answer, explain, example. This is the structure you use for questions that are not opinion questions. Okay, going to do this one more each. For those of you who are waiting, thank you for being patient. Please listen to what the other students are saying and how I correct them. Okay, you can learn from this. So remember, I want you to keep your answers, your reasons simple. Your reasons don't have to be complicated. When I say simple, I don't mean you give a short answer. Remember, your answer still must be 3 to 5 sentences, but you don't have to think of difficult reasons. Just give the simplest, easiest reason. Okay, Le Duc Ang.
Yes.
Okay, I think we'll change topic. Let's change topic.
Okay.
Okay. These questions are about the law. The law. Okay, Le Duc Ang?
How am I supposed to?
I'm going to ask you the question. Yeah, I haven't asked you the question yet, okay? And remember, Le Duc Ang, often you will be asked questions you never thought of before, okay? Okay, here we go, Le Duc Ang. Are there any laws in Vietnam that you think should be made stricter or tougher?
Honestly, I've never thought about that before, but I think the law is like you shouldn't throw rubbish in the street, like in like street or any place like zoo or what is it? I forgot the word.
Okay, but keep going, okay? If you've forgotten a word, all right? If you've forgotten a word, either think of a simple way of explaining what you were trying to say or change. Just change what you were thinking about.
So
okay, so you're talking
that's
about people throwing rubbish. You're talking about people throwing rubbish in the street, okay?
yes.
Okay, explain more about that. So we are using AEE to answer this question, okay? All right. So your answer is people throw rubbish in the street. Explain more about that to me, please.
So if many people throw rubbish in a specific place or just on road, it would be inconvenience for the trash the trash worker. I don't know what is it called.
No, that's good. Just say the trash worker. That's fine. Good. Keep going. Keep going.
Collect and do their job, and also it will be a little bit of air pollution for the citizen live around.
Okay, good. So you explain. Now, give me an example of what you think should happen to these people. What is your example?
So they should be punished more strict. I mean, punished more hard
Yeah,
by the government.
yeah.
Uh,
How should they be punished? How?
maybe the government should add like if someone throw rubbish, then will pay a lot for their mistake.
Okay, good. All right. So, Laduk Ang, let me make your answer simpler. Okay. Are there any laws in your country you think should be made stricter? All right. Remember, we're looking at AEE for this structure. Okay, Laduk Ang?
Yes.
So you would say, yes, that is your answer. Okay. I think the law around throwing rubbish in the street should be made stricter. In some parts of Hanoi, people throw rubbish in the street. It makes it harder for the trash worker to collect and also makes the street look very untidy, very disgusting. So I think people who do this should be given a very large fine to punish them, and so it will stop them doing this again.
Yes.
Okay? That
What
is the
else?
answer. AEE. Does that make sense, Ladok Ang?
Yes.
Okay, again, simple. Okay? You say, yes, is my answer. And then you explain about rubbish in the street. Why is rubbish in the street bad? And then you give an example, what should the government do about this? Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, and again, you can see how simple this is. How simple this is. Okay, Nok Ang. Nok Ang.
Yes.
Okay, staying with law, Nok Ang. What do you think what would your country be like if there were no laws? What would Vietnam be like if there was no law?
Law.
How do you start, Nok Ang?
That's honestly, I've never thought about that before.
Okay. But now you're using AEE, okay?
And so
Yeah. I've never thought about that before, but if Vietnam had no laws, what would happen?
if Vietnam had no law, the world will be
What would happen if there are no laws? Not What about this? You could say if there were no laws, then it would be terrible for society. Is that right? Not
yeah.
Okay. Why would it be terrible for society? What would happen if there was no law?
If Vietnam has no law, the society would like become chaotic and unsafe.
Yes, good. Good.
Mm.
That's right. For example now. Okay, so you've answered, you've explained. Give me an example.
Example.
Yeah, what might happen if there's no law? What might someone do?
There will be more theft.
Easier example than that, not What if someone wanted to maybe steal money from the bank?
There.
If there was no law, for example, if someone maybe would just get a gun and go and rob money from the bank, okay, there's an example, and they would have no punishment.
Okay.
Does this make sense, Nok Ang?
Okay.
Okay, again, think of just simple answers. If there was no law in Vietnam,
if there are no law in Vietnam, the what will experience increase in crime rate, and there will be violence,
Good.
punishment, and the people will be very dangerous.
People will be very scared.
Okay.
Okay. People will be in danger. Good. And then you give an example, Nok Ang. Okay. So I hope you're getting the idea. Viet Tien.
Yes.
Going to ask you the same question, Viet Tien. What do you think would happen if there was no law in Vietnam?
Honestly, I've never thought about that before. The laws in Vietnam is very important because it will keep the society less chaotic and helps people do their works in safety. If there are no laws, there will be many crimes happening in the city, and people would steal from each other for their own benefits. The government couldn't do anything, and more people will be killed because of the other people who wants to help them most, and the natural rules will, like the animals and the whole city would be collapsed, and the world will be more chaotic, I think.
Okay, good. Good answer, Viet Tien, and long enough. Okay, good. Very thoughtful answer, Viet Tien. That's good. And you follow the AEE structure well. Huang Ang. Huang Ang.
Yeah.
Okay, remember we're staying with law. Do you think the law is applied evenly to everyone in Vietnamese society?
This is kind of a tricky question. Honestly, I have to say I barely know anything about the Vietnamese law, but I think I could give you quite simple example answer for this. Um, I I think the Vietnamese law is in balance for normal people with the nobles. I think uh mostly because the nobles they have money, they can control everything on their hand, so I guess they could use money to not to get involved with in law. And the second but but I also think on the other side, some laws are pretty balanced and be given to everybody, such as the medical law or the like the freedom law of Vietnam, where everyone has to be given medical treatment for free and freedom in the country.
Okay, good. Long enough, Huang Ang. That's good. Good answer. All right. Ding Lam.
I'm here.
Okay. Are there any laws in Vietnam that you think the government should get rid of in the future? Okay, how do you start, Ding Lam?
Honestly, I have never thought about that before. We should get rid of. in the future.
Yeah. Are there any laws you think the government should get rid of in the future?
I think it's no, because every law is so useful with me and everyone around me.
Good. All right. Good. Now, give me this is an AEE question. Okay. So you've answered. You've said no. You've explained. All right. Can you give me an example of a law that you like? That you like.
Example, I'm a yeah.
Sorry, Ding Lam, I can't hear you.
I am trying to think. So
you might think of something like, I know in Hanoi, for example, not long ago, they brought in new laws about people who go through red lights on the street. Do you know this, Ding Lam?
Yes, I know.
Okay, so you can use that as an example. So you have to think quickly. The government recently introduced a law, okay, saying fining people who go through red lights. I think this is a good law because it means it's made the road safer for people who walk. Okay?
Okay.
All right. And just again, a simple example. Don't have to give a long explanation, just something simple like that. Okay. Phong Le Doc Ang.
Yes.
Okay. Are there any laws in Vietnam you think should be made tougher?
What is tough for me?
Stricter or stronger?
Oh. I think that yes. In recently the Hanoi give the people a law that in near Hoàn Kiếm Lake, the people who ride on the motorbike will be banned and could be fined by money. I think that is strict because the motorbike is more familiar with people in Hanoi, so they not can easily translate from the motorbike to electric bike. I think so.
Okay. Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
That's probably long enough, Phong Le Doc Ang. That's probably long enough. Okay, so you did pretty well. All right, you answered the question. You said yes. Okay, then you explain a little bit and you give the example of the motorbike. Here's another example you could use. Phong Le Doc Ang. Are there any laws that should be made stricter? Yes, the laws around pollution. There's too much pollution in Hanoi. Pollution both from vehicles and also pollution from rubbish. So I think the government should make heavier fines for people whose vehicles give a lot of pollution, or for people who throw rubbish in the street. I think the fines for those crimes should be made very strict. Does that make sense?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, again, just think of something simple, some law, okay, in this case, and then just think if it's made tougher or stricter, this will be a good idea because it will make the street safer. Chung Hu.
Yeah.
Are there any laws in Vietnam, okay, you think the government should get rid of in the future?
I don't think there's any law in Vietnam that the government need to get rid of because I think they are fine for now. like there are no reason to remove it, and we would get any benefit from doing so. So yeah, that's all I think.
Okay, so probably it's not bad. Not bad. Okay. Just remember to try and start your answer with one of these, Chung Hu, all right?
All right.
Okay. All right, everyone, just two more of these to go. Nguyen. Nguyen,
Yes, teacher.
what do you think Vietnam would be like if there was no law?
Uh, hmm, can you say cái này haven't hear clearly? Teacher,
Yeah?
you say a question again.
Yes. Okay. Can you repeat the question, is what you say, okay, Nguyen? Can you repeat the question?
Can you
Can you
say question again?
Yeah. You use the word repeat, Nguyen, okay? Repeat. Can you ask me? Can you repeat the question, please? Say that,
Can you
Nguyen.
repeat the question, please?
Good. Much better. Sure. What would Vietnam be like if there was no law?
I think if Vietnam is without law, the like crime rate will increase, and
And then what would happen if crime increases?
like it will out of control. Like people out of control do anything they like, even a bad thing.
For example,
Like like
what?
fighting or killing people
Right.
or rob a bank.
Okay, good. All right. And that's all you have to say, Nguyen. All right. Remember, please start your answer with one of these. So you could say, that's an interesting question. If there was no law in Vietnam, then I think crime would increase a lot. A lot more people would do bad things, and the society would become very chaotic and dangerous. For example, people might murder other people, or they might try to rob a bank. Okay, Nguyen?
Yeah, teacher.
Okay, that's simple like that. That's all you have to say. Fu Quang,
Yes,
how are you, Fu Quang? I just noticed you joined the class.
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, question for you. Do you think the law is applied evenly to everyone in Vietnam, Fu Quang?
In my opinion, it should not be applied so soon because that make people can apply it earlier, or it can make it worse than ever. Like they apply go by electric bike or by bicycle, but I think that really not too good.
Okay, this question, you didn't quite understand it. When I say the law should be applied evenly, I mean, is everyone treated the same in Vietnam by the law? Okay?
Okay.
That's what evenly means. Okay? Is the law applied evenly? It means, is everyone in Vietnam treated the same by the police? What do you think? Book Quang.
Can you repeat the
Yeah,
question?
like, is everyone in Vietnam treated the same way by the police?
Con hiểu
Hả?
cái từ evenly là gì không? Evenly có
Không.
nghĩa là even là bằng là áp dụng đều cho tất cả mọi người á. Thế còn unevenly thì là kiểu như là không áp dụng chung được cho tất cả ấy. Hiểu chưa? Thì là ở cái đấy cách nói của người ta như thế là the same way, the same laws for everyone nhé, được chưa? Okay.
Okay, what do you think, Fu Quang?
Can you repeat the question again?
Yes. Do you think the law is applied evenly to everyone in Vietnam?
I think it is because it's equally to everyone and it make people group near to and I think it's about equality.
Okay, a little bit confused, Fu Quang. So first of all, remember, I want you to start off with one of these introductions, okay? That's an interesting question, okay, in my opinion. All right?
Okay.
So you might say, on the contrary, which means I disagree, I believe that the law is not applied evenly to everyone in Vietnam. People who have a lot of money, people who are very rich, they can often use their money to pay the police or pay government officials to not punish them if they do something bad. For example, all right, there are many cases in Hanoi where some rich person will do something bad, but if they pay some money to the police, the problem will go away. Does that make sense, Fu Quang?
Yeah. Yes.
That is how you answer, okay? A simple answer like that.
Okay.
Okay. And finally, last one of these, Quang Minh.
Yes.
Okay, Quang Minh. Are there any laws in Vietnam you think should be made stricter?
Well, that's a good question, I must say. So I would say that from my perspective, they should, I think some policy in Vietnam should be stricter. Well, you know that nowadays, there are many pollution, and this crisis is especially serious in some big cities like Hanoi in Vietnam. And you know that the factors that contribute most to the pollutions, I think, is some transportations like cars, motorbikes, which is emit a lot of greenhouse gases like CO2 or methane, which make the pollution, which make the air pollution be more lower, and it's also affect people health quality too, especially some respiratory health like asthma. So to deal with this, government should apply some regulation to stricter the lots of transportation and encourage, not prohibit, but encourage the use of eco-friendly transportations and use some green fuel. The reason I say government should not prohibit the use of cars and motorbikes, which use fuel, is that this kind of industry contribute a lot of money to the economy of the overall countries. So if they completely prohibit it, it will make a tremendous cost to the economy of the whole country. So yeah.
Okay, that very comprehensive answer, Quang Minh. Maybe too long, Quang Minh, okay? A little bit too long. So remember, for these questions, just maybe three to 5 sentences is the target, okay, is ideal, all right? You had lots of good reasons, very fluent, Quang Minh, good. But just be careful about the length, okay? Don't need to talk for too long, okay? But you did very well, good. Okay, everyone, we will practice more about this next week. So again, just to summarize, these are the ways, write them down, please, if you need to. These are ways you can introduce your answer. Okay? And these are two structures, okay, to help you give your answer. First one, AEE, answer the question, explain, give an example. Yes, I think there are some laws that could be made stricter. Laws about pollution. Okay, I'm explaining, all right. For example, maybe if people throw rubbish in Hong Kiem Lake, they should get a very big fine. Okay, answer, explain, example. And for opinion questions, okay, often useful to look at both sides of a topic. Some people think this, other people think that, I think this. Okay, we'll continue to do more about that next week. Wow, where does the time go? Too fast. And as I was saying before, please, I know you have to be patient waiting for your turn, but please listen to the advice that I am giving the other students so you can understand how to improve. Okay. Last thing we're going to do in this lesson, writing task 2. Remember last week, okay, we looked at this essay topic. Not ang.
Yes.
Can you read me the topic, please, that I've highlighted?
Some people think that it's better to educate boys and girls in separate schools. Others, however, believe that boys and girls benefit more from attending mixed gender schools. This gives both these views and give your own opinion.
Okay, good reading. Ladok ang.
Yes.
What sort of essay is this? What sort of essay?
Opinion?
No, not opinion. Not opinion. Okay, even though it says opinion here, it's not an opinion essay. Remember, opinion essay, everyone, will ask you something like, do you agree or disagree? To what extent do you agree or disagree?
Disadvantage and advantage.
No, not quite. Have another go. Have another try. What is this word here? What is this word here?
Discussion.
Discuss. It's a discussion essay. You can see because it has the word discuss. Remember, opinion essays, don't be put off if it says something like this. An opinion essay will say, do you agree or disagree? Okay, that is how you know if it's an opinion essay. All right, so this is what we looked at last week. Last week, I asked you, the first thing you always do, of course, is give a paraphrase. Excuse me. All right, here is a sample paraphrase. Here is a sample paraphrase. Remember, when you do a paraphrase, you don't have to change every word. All right? So this paraphrase uses the same introduction, some people. And in case you have forgotten what we are doing, you always paraphrase this, which is the thesis statement, which is the first 1 or 2 sentences. This is what you paraphrase. Okay. Nguyen.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. In the paraphrase, what word have I used instead of think? What words have I used instead of think?
I think is agree
Or
say.
say, yes. This word here is argue. Argue. Okay, Nguyen? So instead of think, everyone, you can say some people argue or say. All right, instead of think. All right, instead of better. Chung Hu.
Yeah.
Instead of better, what word have I used in the paraphrase instead of this word?
Best.
No, see what the paraphrase says. What word is in the paraphrase instead of better, Chung Hu? Okay, this is the paraphrase. Everyone pay attention, please. In yellow is the paraphrase of this. Okay, that's what we're looking at. So, Chung Hu, what synonym have I used in the paraphrase instead of better?
Chú ý với thầy hỏi
Preferable.
là verb.
Sorry, Chung Hu.
Preferable.
Good. Preferable is the word. Okay, preferable. Can you say the word, please, Chung Hu? Preferable.
Preferable.
Good. Preferable. Now, okay, means it is preferred. Okay, means the same as better. I prefer eating pho instead of banh mi. I think it is better to eat pho instead of banh mi. Prefer or preferable in this case is a synonym. Okay. Phong Lo Dok Ang.
Yes.
In the paraphrase, what word have I used instead of educate?
You teach.
Correct. Teach, everyone. Teach. Who's next? Ding Lam. Ding Lam.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Instead of schools, what words have I used in the paraphrase? Instead of schools.
Is education institution.
Good. Educational institution. Okay, very formal. Can you say this word, please?
Institution.
Institution. Institution.
Institution.
Good, better. Institution is just like a company or an organization or like a school. Very formal word. Institution, but worth knowing. Okay. Where did we get up to? Huang Ang. Huang Ang.
Yeah.
Instead of others, what word have I used in the paraphrase?
I think I could say on the other.
What word have I used in the paraphrase? Not your paraphrase. What word have I used in the paraphrase?
You said other people.
Correct. Instead of others, I just say other people. Again, most of you know this. Very simple, but this is how you paraphrase. Viet Tien.
Yes.
Instead of believe, what word have I used in the paraphrase? Instead of believe.
Other people think that.
So what word have I used instead of believe?
Think that.
Think that. Correct. Or think. Okay. Think again is a synonym for believe. Okay. All right. What word have I used? Quang Ming.
Yes.
Instead of saying benefit more, what have I said in the paraphrase?
More beneficial.
Correct. Okay, I just changed the form of the word. Remember, the paraphrase means exactly the same thing. All right. You just use synonyms. Okay. You change the structure of the sentence or you change the form of the word. That is how you do paraphrases. And the better you can do this, the better your mark will be. Okay. And the last thing we'll look at here, Fu Kuang. Fu Kuang.
Yes.
Okay. Instead of saying attending mixed gender schools, okay, what have I said in the paraphrase?
I don't know.
Okay, have a look here. Okay, this is the paraphrase. Instead of saying mixed gender schools, I say both sexes to be educated together. Means the same thing. Okay, Fu Kuang?
Okay.
Means the same thing. Okay. I can see we're running out of time a bit, not going to give you the chance to do any writing today. I'm sorry, we'll do this next week. But please, I just want to show you the rest of my introduction. Now remember, one of the things that you are marked on in your essay is, have you answered the question? Okay, have I answered? What does the question ask me to do? Nok ang. Nok ang.
Yes.
What do I have to do with this essay? What does it want me to do? Just read.
Give opinion. Discuss the both view and give your opinion.
Good, okay. This word here is discuss. Okay, Nok ang? Discuss. Pronounce discuss.
Discuss.
Discuss both views and give your opinion. Okay, so to answer the question, I must discuss both views and give my opinion. And I show that I'm going to do this in the introduction. You can see here, I give my opinion. I give my opinion. Laduk ang.
Yes.
What is my opinion? What do I think?
Both boys and girls. What?
What's my opinion?
Both boys and girls learn better when they are taught separately.
Good. Okay, so that is my opinion. So I am straight away in my introduction, I am answering this part of the question. So they will give me a mark for that. Give your own opinion. Remember, your opinion is what do you think? In my opinion, both boys and girls learn better when they are taught separately. Now, the second part, I have to discuss both these views. These are what I have decided I want to discuss, okay? Looking at the advantages and disadvantages. Now, these, remember, a task 2 essay has how many paragraphs? When?
Yes, teacher.
How many paragraphs in a task 2 essay? How many paragraphs do you have to write?
I think it's 2.
More than that. 2, 3, or 4. When? How many paragraphs?
3.
4. Okay,
Oh.
please don't forget this. Must write 4 paragraphs. Introduction, 2 body paragraphs. What is the last paragraph called? Chung-Hyu? Chung-Hyu?
Yeah.
What is the last paragraph called in a task 2 essay?
It's like
Introduction,
no.
body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2. What is the last paragraph called?
Like
Everyone, you should know this if you're paying attention. What is it, Chung-Hyu?
I know how it works, but like I don't remember what it's called.
Okay.
Đọc cuối cùng là gì? Câu kết luận là gì?
Like the overview.
Begins with C, Chung-Hyu. The letter C.
Con gì? Kết luận là gì? Cái từ kết luận nó gợi ý thế rồi.
Okay, Phong Ladok Ang.
Is conclusion.
Correct. Conclusion. You remember now, Chung-Hyu?
Yeah, I remember.
Okay, 4 paragraphs, everyone. You should know this very well by now. Introduction, 2 body paragraphs, and a conclusion are the names of the 4 paragraphs. Excuse me, got a cough. In the introduction, I show what my 2 body paragraphs are going to be about. Ding Lam.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. What is my first body paragraph going to be about? Please read what I've highlighted, Ding Lam.
In gì con? Cái đoạn đầu là gì? Cái này nó không tập trung cái gì cả. Intro
là
gì?
introduce.
Danh từ là gì? Introduce là động từ, thôi là intro, còn danh từ là gì?
Introduction.
Introduction, introduction.
The introduction.
Yeah. Please read what my first body paragraph is going to be about.
Boys focus more when they are not good to distract them.
Okay, good. This is the first reason I'm going to talk about. And what is the second reason? Huang Ang? Huang Ang?
Yes.
What is my second reason?
Oh, I didn't open my mic. Yes. Sorry.
Yeah. What is the second reason, Huang Ang?
Your second reason is girls learning faster when they don't have to compete with boys.
Okay, good, everyone. So this is the structure of an introduction to a discussion essay. All right? Again, you need to know this. First sentence is what is the first sentence? Fu Kwang? Fu Kwang?
Yes.
Yeah. What is the first sentence of the introduction? Always begins with the letter
Paraphrase.
P. Correct. Okay. So you can see here in yellow is my paraphrase. I paraphrase this. All right. Now I have to answer the question. And I show in my introduction how I'm going to do this. I give my opinion. Okay. Here is my opinion. I think boys and girls learn better when they are in separate schools. Okay. Why do I think that? I give 2 reasons. With these essays, you only need 2 or 3 reasons. That's all you need. Not a lot, just 2 or 3. My first reason, I think boys concentrate more when there are no girls. Okay? And my second reason, I think girls learn faster when they don't have to compete with boys. Now, in the essay, I'm going to explain this more, but in the introduction, I need to give my reasons, okay? Why I have this opinion. So I hope this makes sense to everyone. This is a discussion essay. The introduction to other sorts of essays will be slightly different, but every essay always starts with a nok ang. Nok ang.
Yes.
Every essay always starts with a what, nok ang? What is the first sentence of the introduction called, nok ang? Paraphrase, yes, okay? Everyone, you must remember this, okay? First sentence of any essay is always a paraphrase. And remember, a paraphrase is you just rewrite the first 1 or 2 sentences so that it means exactly the same thing, but uses different words. That is what a paraphrase is. All right, continue this more next week. Okay, everyone, cameras on, please. Ladok Ang, thank you. Huang Ang can't see you. Ding Lang can't see you.
Oh my God.
Viet Tian, thank you. I can see you. Quang Ming, nice to see you again, Quang Ming. Well, I saw you for a moment, but you've disappeared. Nok Ang, I can't see you. Fu Quang.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cameras on, please. Nok Ang.
My camera can turn on. It lost some air.
Okay, sorry to hear that. Okay, thank you, Nok Ang. That's good. Quang Ming, I can see you now too. Ding Lam, that's great. All right, everyone. So I know some of you have had to sit a little bit today and listen to everybody else, but listening to everyone else is useful because you will hear me correcting them. Okay, so that's why you should pay attention while I am talking to the other students. Again, next week we will continue with these part 3 questions. Viet Tian?
Yes.
Chance for you to talk for the last time. What does AEE stand for, Viet Tian?
AEE stands for answer, explain, and example.
Good. Okay. Part 3 questions. A very good structure. Thank you, Viet Tien. Okay. A very good structure to help you answer, explain, example. Should children be allowed to take mobile phones to school? Yes, because. Then you explain and you give an example. Okay, everyone. Thank you for coming to class today. Hope you have a great week. Hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I look forward to seeing you all again next Sunday. As always, any questions, please ask Bak Ha or myself. Always happy to get your emails. So like I say, have a great week. I look forward to seeing you all again next Sunday. Tum Biat, everyone. Tum Biat. Bye-bye.
See you, teacher.